Hello Cancer, this is your February 1st to February 15th, 2017 read. For the main read, I'm using the Morgan Guru Tarot. This is the back of that deck. And for the advice cards, I'm using the Magical Spell cards by Lucy Cavendish. This is the back of those. And this card keeps popping up, so I think it's going to be your overall energy. And the one from the bottom here is 2. Okay. I'm getting you're kind of breaking from tradition here. Okay. So, as usual, I try to read the cards right side up. Easier for people to follow along, blah, blah, blah. And when they come upside down, I read them upside down. So, that being said, this card upside down, my first thought is kind of like breaking tradition or breaking a cycle. What you got right below this is Aphrodite's love spell, which means there's something you don't want to let go of. There's something you don't want to, even though it seems like it's the end of a cycle, you're kind of getting what you want here. I'm kind of getting like breaking tradition here, but it's still like doing what you can to stay in the line of what you want. It's very interesting because the first card as we go in is the Hierophant upside down, which that's really what's kind of making me feel the breaking of tradition. But this is also making me feel like not going along what was previously planned. Something was planned and something was supposed to go a certain way that you don't want it that way, and you're changing it. That's kind of what I'm feeling. As we go in here, like I really feel like there's something that you're stopping or something, you're changing direction on something. I feel like we're really coming back to this again. Your overall energy is this, you're changing direction, you're changing the path. Something you were going to do, a certain plan you had, you're changing direction. I feel like that's really what we're talking about with this. We're changing direction. And for me, when I'm seeing Aphrodite with that card, this is your design. Like you've changed your mind and you're changing the path of the situation yourself. This is what you want. Not to say that this is something you've been thinking about, but whatever happens at this point, you're breaking tradition. I feel like that's what this is saying. This is breaking tradition, and this is like going off the path, previously planned path. Excuse me if I can spit it out. Okay. So as you change that, as you break that tradition, it does cause some disruption. But it doesn't seem to last too long before you start really working on what you want, and I feel like it starts going your way. Like you're changing direction. It causes a bit of a upset, but you immediately start going and working on that. Like you change your mind and you start putting it into action. Like, I feel like it's kind of like changing your mind, like you're headed in a certain direction. Like if you're headed north, it's like the direction, instead of going directly north, you're now going northwest. It's like that type of a change. You're still going in the same roundabout way, but you definitely have a different destination in mind. Like if you went north, you'd hit one town. If you go northwest, you hit a completely different town. But you're still going north. You're still getting the same type of climate, the same type of changes in terrain, I should say. So hopefully that makes sense. Like there's certain things that are the same, but the destination, the final destination is different. Excuse me. One day I'll get these burps under control. All right, so you're already. I feel like this is something you're already starting with. This has to do with someone else. This is your environment right below those two cards. The scuffle there, or the disruption, the quarrel, whatever, and then the work. The Aphrodite's love spell right below that card of changing direction. It seems to be making me think a little more, because for some of you, I really think that has something to do with the reason you're changing direction. Is that somebody's kind of got your heart and pulled your heartstrings, and they want to do something different, and because they want it, you're doing it. I don't know how many that's going to really fit for, but it seems to be pulling me back that way. Okay. And the reason I'm saying that is because I'm seeing, like, we got the Ten of Cups, nope, the Nine of Cups, the Six of Cups, followed by the Empress. This is someone who's very content and happy around you, has a lot of history with you. It definitely looks out for your best interest. Very, very, very caring towards you. This is also a supportive player when you change direction. When you make this direction change and you're breaking tradition or you're breaking cycle or whatever you're doing, that where you're changing that path, this person goes right, supports you. They have a lot of faith. They're very happy with you. They feel they have a lot of faith in you, care about you deeply, have a lot of history with you, and they look out for you. I feel like they feel safe around you too, like that you would be there for them just as much as you are for them. They would be there for you as much as you are for them. However I'm supposed to word that. And this person we're talking about also, once they realize, once you start making those changes, once you were pushing things into focus, and once you were like showing physical evidence that you've already moved these things forward, that you're going in this direction, like I bought the tickets or whatever, and here they are, or here's the plans I've been making to do that, and you're like showing these plans. This person is quick to follow your lead and to help you get what you want. This person is big on your support side. Okay. Now this, the interesting part is, when I get these two cards together, I feel like you're definitely changing direction. That's what this is, and it's a good change. But I also feel like it's kind of like a little bit, you're a little torn, or like there's like something you had to like a little bit of wasted effort there, or like almost like you booked a hotel or something and lost out on some money because there was like a cancellation fee or something like that. Like there's a little drawback to it, but the drawback is nothing compared to the joy you're feeling of going this new direction. And this is the Ace of Rods. Rods is fire. Like you're really into this change. You're excited to do it. You're moving forward. You're ready to go, and you're going forward. There's a little drawback to the change, but it's very minimal compared to where you're going and where you want to go. And right after this, we got the King of Rods. Like you're leading the way. You're going forward. Do we have? Let me see if I can get some more cards out here, because I want to get a little clarity if we can see where you're going. Well, I know you're getting what you want, not that much. Where is this? Okay. Okay. Do I even want this card? I feel like it's a lot of just rehash. This is typical, which is cool, with these cards. In your court, in your mental stability, mental state of mind, excuse me, when this starts out, when you're changing that path, it's because of the passion, which I think I already talked about. You have a lot of passion to do this. You want to do this. It's kind of like a precursor to the Aphrodite's love spell there. Kind of the same thing, the passion. I'm kind of getting the same feel. I'm also getting that you're not thinking it's going to be that big a deal to change direction. I'm kind of, because this card's kind of pushing up in your mental state area of the reading, which makes me really feel that you're not really thinking this is going to be that big of a deal, but I feel like there's a little bit of pushback. It doesn't last long enough for it to really bother you, but there's a little pushback I don't think you're expecting. So that's what we're saying here. That's what this is kind of pointing out. Just be aware that not everybody might be on the same page as you when you make this change. I don't feel like it takes long. I feel like there's a little, part of the pushback is that until you actually show proof that you're doing this, and you're like, see, I got the tickets, or see, I did this, and you have physical proof to show, that people aren't really helping you make it happen. But once you do that, especially this supportive player that you have history with, right in line, helping you make it happen, doing what they can to support you in this change. As we go from that work ethic into like where you're showing the proof, into this part where I was saying how there's a little bit of drawback, but nothing compared to the direction you're going because you're really passionate about it. Especially since this is pushing up towards your mental state part of the portion of the layout. You got success going right into it, which means this is what you want. This is working out the way you want it to. The drawback isn't really worth worrying about too much. I just feel like there's a slight drawback that you might be looking at like, well, if I just thought of this earlier, I could have saved a little money, or I could have planned this a little bit better, but it's fine. I'm still going the right direction I want. After you make that change, and like the Ace of Rods part here, like when you got it going, closer to the 15th, I'm thinking, maybe a little bit past it, I'm feeling you're feeling very secure, very confident, very satisfied with what you've done. I feel like at this point, you really have that comfortable feeling like, you know what, I wanted this, and it's the better choice. You're feeling it was the better choice and it works out better. You're feeling very comfortable with it. I feel like that's what we're saying with this card, because it's, again, another one pushing up towards your mental state. It's feeling protected, feeling like you made a good choice that's comfortable for you. This is just around you. I feel like people are very, very much... I feel like these people very much support you. They're not just like casual acquaintances that are supporting you in this. These are people who truly care about you, like what happens to you, what goes on in your life, where you are. If there was some pushback before, they make it clear that it's just because they care and they want to make sure you're not making a mistake, and they're just kind of concerned because they feel it's not like you to make a change like this, so they were kind of thrown off by it. But they definitely have your best interest at heart. The only reason they push back is because they care, and they just can't follow blindly when they want the best for you. The last card I got here is with the King of Rods. Again, the King of Rods is taking charge, making things happen. This is in your line. Right after the Ace of Rods is the King of Rods, which to me is just pulling through that energy more. Like you're pushing this into the future. You're continuing on with this change. And the True Love Come to me is like the farther you get along, the more excited you get about it. The more that happens, the more that goes your way, the better it turns out. Like I feel like things even go better than you expected at this point. And it's a real good thing. It's a great thing. I'm remembering now that it's a general read because I was looking for details, and I'm now clicking in. Well, we're not getting details because it's a general read. I have a lot of people watching these now, and I thank you all very much. But of course, if you want to let me know below in the comments how this affected you, I always appreciate it. I try to read as many comments as I can because I read them on my phone. It's hard for me to respond to them or thumbs up them. I was trying to do that. But I very much appreciate it, and thank you for taking the time to do that. If you do, if you want a direct reading from me, go ahead, shoot me an email at james4astral@gmail.com. James, the number 4, astral@gmail.com. Thank you.